Look at the poetry and how he moves. And look at the poetry when he tunes. Hear it fainter when he zones, and see the poetry when he spins, creating vibrations to cleanse his sins. Imagine the poetry he sees when his eyes are closed, the beauty that no one will ever know, the visions he will never share, and the pain he feels, knowing that he will have to leave it there. Now, we all know somebody who's struggling. But imagine that person doing normal family stuff with a family other than his or her own. Eating, cleaning, helping, hugging, and snuggling. Now, I want to introduce to you my son, Aaron Sweesa, better known as DJ Swees. Now, he is not my biological son, and technically I did not adopt him, but nonetheless, he is my son. Now, I ask Aaron to play whatever he wants tonight. As long as he is truly expressing himself from his heart, I am happy. I will love him no matter what he does tonight. I just want to be comfortable in his own skin, and that's what this talk is really about. Finding the strength to be the true you. It is about the power of family, the power to overcome. At first, this story may sound like it is about an unlikely hero and the battle between good versus evil, but that is only part of the story. You see, the real hero of this tale is family. In my words, this is Aaron's story. How the fuck did I end up in television? Tats up and down my arm like a sleeve. I'm not complaining, finally sustaining a lifestyle not draining. But how far have I come from the streets of Maryland? Grew up suburban, but my soul spoke urban. With the ladies in street life, I was flirting. Now, my father was a stylist and my mother was styled. Following their compulsions got totally wild. Not sure if it was inherited or contagious, but I was certainly exposed for ages. Hustle, promotion, distribution seemed steady compared to my family's confusion. Seeking stability and loyalty, hit the streets to look for family, tried to do homework at my girlfriend's table, got anxious, and I never thought I was able. I lived my life looking for fun, and I found a gun, and I began living life on the run. Now, my dad put me on a plane, stashed me with some distant cousin, tried like hell to do my best, got anxious, got restless, and I ended up in house arrest. Thank God for his intervention. Ended up with a family too good to mention. Now I'm doing my thing on my own, but never feeling alone. Knowing it's up to me to get back into a tone. Come so far, but it's just the beginning. Now I'm spinning. Gotta keep spinning. I left behind that life of sinning. Now you may be asking yourself if my wife and I are crazy. You may even think that we were negligent by bringing Aaron into a home with 3 young children. Why would a seemingly normal family bring a tattooed, drug-abusing, troubled creature of the night into their home? It's simple. We were naive. For years, my wife Debbie has been inviting her students to stay with our family for a few days or so. She has even implemented a kind of disciplinary / educational component into her program for students that are struggling with adhering to the rules and fulfilling their obligations. They simply come to live at our house for a week or two and volunteer in the local area. The students affectionately refer to this as Exile Island. Now, these are good kids, just struggling a bit. There's even an alum of Exile Island here at IDC this year. What up, E-Dog? Now, Aaron still refers to our home as Sof HaOlam Smola. Go to the end of the world and turn left. It took Deb only a week to realize that Aaron was not the right fit for her program. Now, I would never describe Deb as a bleeding heart, but somehow Aaron got to her. He touched her. However, he ignored her encouragement to seek help, and 4 months later, he wound up in jail. Aaron's lawyer called us from jail. He would be in jail during his legal proceedings, or he could stay with us on house arrest. There were no other options. We were his last resort. Now, after some serious soul searching, we cleared the house of all the narcotics and alcohol and went to pick up the puppy from the pound. It was just a few weeks, right? We've done this before. We'd have to be extra careful. Never leave him alone and watch him like a hawk. As I said before, we were naive. When we picked him up, he was broken. He was scared, and he had no one else to turn to. Now, admittedly, I was a hard ass in the beginning. I woke him up in the morning. I made him do chores. Doses of real family life can be naturally curative. It can give you a safe space to try new things. Like this. He even had to change our 2-year-old son's diaper. Nothing like the smell of poop in the morning to shift your perspective from me to us. Now, I work from home then. We spent a lot of time together, and we talked. We talked about life, girls, family, but mostly we talked about getting his shit together. He knows all my best lines, but our favorite one is, in order to have something you've never had before,
you got to do something you never did before.
And that's what we insisted he do. He had nothing but time, and I asked him every day for 2 weeks what he wanted to do with himself. And finally, he said DJ. Now then the excuses started. I'm stuck here, it's expensive, it's hard. But he found a way. He got the equipment, had one lesson, and he practiced, and practiced. Now I have to admit, this part of my plan was not well thought out for me. Right? For me, dubstep music is just dental drilling for your soul. Even worse, as per our agreement with the court, we could not leave the house. Aaron could not leave the house without Deb or me. Now he started getting gigs, and for a few months, Deb and I were both regulars on the club scene, way past our bedtime. Some of Aaron's earliest gigs also included our daughter's birthday party and spontaneous dance parties in his bedroom. There's no sound. You see, family simply reminds you that you are not alone. Ironically, Aaron helped me realize this as well. I would never have had the courage to be a poet if it was not for Aaron's love and support. Our journey together is on its way to a happy ending, but we dealt with some hard things. Crazy compulsive behavior, pissed off neighbors, sordid characters, and an exhausting, never-ending legal process. As I said before, we were naive. And really lucky. Things could have gone very differently. Now, I'm not recommending to you that you take strays into your family. That was our story, and it just kind of happened that way. But I'm sure there is something you can do. So right now, I'm going to ask you, usually in a talk you don't do this, but please take out your cell phone. Get out your cell phone and text one of the following messages. Do you want to come hang out with me and my family? Or can I come over and hang out with your family? And please choose somebody to send it to tonight. It is unreasonable to think that parents are equipped to be everything that their child needs at every stage in their life. So to families, here's my call to action. A chance for you to help others gain a little traction. I wish to share an old Indian fable to flip the switch and make you feel able. The tale of the good and evil wolves fighting for control, willing to die to own your soul. A life of good or bad deeds is always decided by which wolf you choose to feed. So lone wolf, Don't be afraid to ask a family for help in your time of need. Run in packs if you want to succeed. Life is so much more than trying to survive. So choose your path wisely if you want your soul to thrive.
It's no problem for me.